Okay, hello friends. Hi everyone. How are you all? Okay, today we are going to discuss about the new topic which is related for the 6th class. Okay, that is the our body, human body. That is related for the 6th class, 8th chapter. Everyone, today we are going to discuss about this topic. Let's begin it. Okay, let us see the bone and their functions. As we know, our body is composed of different types of bones, different types of muscles, different type of tissues, different type of internal and external organs. Okay, today we are going to say about the bones and their joints, bones and their functions. This is the very important for the living organism, that is the bone and their functions. Why? Because the bones or the skeleton system which gives the shape to our body here. So these are the very important for study. Let us see the first point. The bones are the rigid organ that constitute the part of the endoskeleton of the vertebrate consist of a calcium. It means that the bones which are present in our body, they are the endoskeleton. It means the vertebrate means the organism which having the backbone or the bones in their body, they are known as the vertebrate animals. For example, the human beings, cat, dog, all these are the vertebrate animals, and these all bones are composed of the calcium. Every bone which is present in our body, that are composed with the help with the calcium. Next point, they support and protect the various organs of the body, produce red and white blood cells, and they store minerals. This is the very important function of our bones. It means that support our body to stand, to walk, to move, to run, to hold. You can see I am holding this pen in my hand, in the finger. Because of the bones, I can able to hold this finger. Because of the bones and the tissues present in our body or in my body, it helps us to hold the substances or walk from one place to the another place, or we can do the different type of activities in our day-to-day life, right? And it protect our various organs. For example, the skull which is present in the head, that protect our brain is the very sensitive and the very soft organ present in our body, that protected by the head bones. We call it as a skulls. And we take the rib cages. It means the rib cage protect our organs like the lungs and as well as the heart. And bones are help in the production of the red blood cells and the white blood cells. You can see here. Sorry. Okay, let us see here. These are help us to protect our these help in the production of the red blood cells and the white blood cells, and store the minerals also. Okay, next point, protection. Bones can serve to protect the internal organs such as the skull protecting the brain, or the ribs protect the heart and lungs. Just I explain you how our bones are going to protect our organs present in our body. For example, the brain is protected by the skull bones, and the heart and the lungs are protected by the rib cages. And the bones provide a frame to keep the body support. You can see that we can walk erectly, we can sit erectly, we can move from one place to the another place, we can do lot of the activities, we play the games. These all are helped by the bones. It means with the help of the bone we can perform the lot of the activities, and as well as they support our body to stand erect. Just imagine that without a bone, can we able to stand? Without a bone, can we walk from one place to the another place? Just imagine these day-to-day activities, right? We can't do any work, we can't perform any activities without the help of the bone. Okay, these are the functions of the bones here. Here see, we are going to see the types of joints. One is the joint. Joint means that is two type of joints we are going to see. One is the movable joints, another one is the immovable joints. Immovable joints and the movable joints are classified further. For example, if we take the movable joints, here we can see the movable joints here. Let me show you, wait for a minute. Okay, wait for a few minutes, I am going to show you. Okay, look here, movable joints. Movable joints are furtherly divided into the four types. One is the hinge joint, another one is the pivot joint, and the gliding joint, and ball and a socket joints. There are the movable joints here. One is the immovable joints, that is also known as the fixed joint. We can't move them. Okay, their joints are divided into two types. One is the movable joint, another one is the immovable joint. Movable joints are classified further in four types. One is the hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, and the ball and the socket joint. Immovable joint means that are the fixed joints, they can't move. Let us see, these are the joints we can see in the picture. In the shoulder, in your shoulder, or you can see my shoulder, there is the ball and socket joint. It means ball means it is round like a shape, and the socket means like this, it is present here. They are fixed each other, they can move from here like this. Okay, because of this ball and socket joint, we can rise our shoulder, we can down our shoulder, we can rotate our shoulder in 360 degree Celsius. Okay, this is the movable joint. Okay, next one is the pivot joint. Pivot joint are present here in our elbow of our hand. Here we can see this joint. Okay, this is a pivot joint. We can move it in 90 degree direction. You can see here. Okay, 180 to 20 degree Celsius, 20 degree angle we can move it. You can see here, right? Like this we can move. This is the pivot joint. Second one is the ellipsoid joint. We are going to see it is a present here in our fingers. Okay, we can fold our fingers in the 3, 1, 2 and 3. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. These are the joints of our fingers. And next one is the hinge joint. Hinge joint is present here in our legs, in the elbow, same as here present in our hand. We can move our leg forward and we can bend it backward. We can open and we can close as there is the socket present in the door to close and open. These are the movable joints, right? One is the ball and the socket joint, which is present in the shoulder, and another one ball and socket joint is present in the thigh also. Okay, and second one is the pivot joint, that is present here, that is help to rotate our hands or the to help the movement of our hands. And next one is the ellipsoid joint that are present here in the hand, in the fingers. Next one is the hinge joint, which is present in our legs, where we see the knee, K-N-E-E, knee, which help us to rotate our leg forward, backward. Because of these joints, we are able to do lot of the activities. Okay, lot of the activities like walking, moving, holding, throwing, we can play the cricket, we can play the football, we can do the home activities, it means the domestic activities, we can work in the agriculture, in every sector we can work with the help of this movable joints. These are the very important joints present in our body. Just imagine that if these are the fixed joint, just imagine that the ball and socket joint present in our shoulder and second one is pivot joint present in our elbow. If they are disabled to move, if we are disabled to move them or fold, we can't fold our hand. Just imagine how we can going to eat the food if there is a no fold present in our hand. Just imagine, no one can eat with their own hands. Why? Because if we have to eat our food, we have to bend our hands. Because of these joints, we are able to eat the food, we are able to wash our body. If we are because of the joints, we can move from one place to the another place. These are the movable joints. One is the ball and socket joint, second one is the pivot joint, third one is the ellipsoid joint, fifth one is the hinge joint. Okay, these are the movable joints. Let us see the ball and socket joint. What is the ball and the socket joint? Okay, look here, ball and socket joint means, let me show you. Okay, ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint or the sphericoid joint is a joint in which the ball shaped surface of one rounded bone fit into the cup like depression of the another bones. You can see in the shoulder here, in the x-ray picture you can see, okay, this area, the rounded area which is present here at the shoulder. You can see that. Let me show you. There is a little bit what we call that disturbance we are going to see with the help of this pen. Let me show you. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, you see here in the shoulder, we are going to see, sorry for the disturbance here, my pen is not working properly today, so there is a little bit disturbance. Please ignore it and come to the topic here. Here, there is a ball like a shape present here to this arm and the socket is present here in the shoulder. The ball is fixed in this here socket. Because of that, we can move easily our shoulder. These are the found in the hips also. You can see the below picture where there is a two ball like structure we can going to see below the rib cage, where the rounded head of the hammer ball means the hip joint that rests in the cup like the activulum socket of the pelvis. Pelvis means the bones present here near to our trunk and in the joint and in the glenohumeral joint of the shoulder here. One is the here ball and socket joint is a present and another one it is a present near to the hips also, which help us to rotate our legs. Okay, we can raise our legs, we can let down our legs. These the ball and socket joints help us our legs to move from one place to the another place, to run, to sit, to stand, to fold. Because of this ball and socket we can able to rotate our hand and the shoulder. This is the help of the ball and socket joint. Okay, next one is the hinge joint. Hinge joint, it is present here and in the leg also. Hinge joint is a bone joint in which the articular surface are molded to each other in such a manner as the permit motion only in one panel. Just imagine, this is hinge joint. We can move forward and backward. That is the enough. We can't move it more widely. We can't fold it more. This is the last portion. This is help us to rotate forward and backward direction. Okay, if you want to move this like, then you have to move your shoulder. Okay, remember that. This is the hinge joint which help us to move forward and backward. Okay, this is known as the hinge joint. For example, we can see here the ligaments are the intraphalangeal joint and the joint between the humerus and the luna. The knee joint and the ankle joint are less typical, as they allow to the side degree of the rotation or the side to side movement in the certain position of the limb. If we want to move our legs, we can fold it like this. Backwardly we can fold our leg. We can't fold front it. Okay, this is help to rotate the front and the back. That's it. Okay, and this is the elbow joint or the hip joint, help our leg to rotate in the 360 degree. Easily we can rotate. The hinge joint help us only to rotate forward and backward. This is the hinge joint. Next joint is the pivot joint. Pivot joint allows the rotation which can be external. For example, when rotating an arm outside or the internal, as in the rotation an arm inward. When the rotation forearm, these movements are typical called the portional and the supinal rotation, we can say pivot joints here. Okay, here the joint able us to move our head up and down, right and left, present in our neck. You can see here, this is the pivot joint. We can rotate right, we can rotate left, we can rotate forward, and we can rotate backward, and we can rotate like this roundly, right? Because the help of the pivot joints. Are you getting my point clearly? Like this we can rotate our head. These are the pivot joint present here in our neck, and the pivot, this is also in the present in the arm also, right? Are you getting my point clearly? This is the pivot joint which help us to move our head down, right, left, and present in our neck. These are the bones present in our neck. You can see in the X-ray here, we can see the all these points here, right? Next one is the gilding joint, a plain joint, orthogonal joint, gilding joint, plain articulations is an the synovial joint which under the physiological condition allow only the gilding movement. These are the joints present in our hand or in our finger. The opposite surface of the bone are flat or the almost flat, which movement limited by their tight joint capsules. Typical, they are found in the wrist and the ankle. Here, look, we can rotate, we can fold this much only. We can't fold more here. If we are going to move it further, then we are going to make the fracture in our wrist. If you want to move in the backward direction, there is the limitation to fold backward also. If you want to fold more, then there is again, you will get injuries in our wrist. We can move it further and backward, and we can rotate roundly. That is the enough. This is the typical joint we can going to say here. Why? Because we can't completely fold it backward and we can't completely fold it forward also. And these wrist help us to hold all the object in our day-to-day life. These are present in the finger, you can see in the wrist. There is the joint present in the X-ray, you can see here. Okay. Next one is the fixed joint. Fixed joint means these are the bones which we can't move. For example, the bones present in the skull. You can see we can rotate our head. We can rotate our fingers, move our fingers. We rotate our wrist. We rotate our trunk. We rotate our shoulder. We rotate, or we can able to move our legs. but the bones present in the skulls, we can't move them at all. These are the fixed joint, the upper jaw, the skull. Okay. Some joints between the bone in our head are different from those we have discussed before. Means these are the bones totally different from the movable bones. We can't move our head bones. The fixed bones are only found in our upper jaw, skull and the teeth. Look, this is the lower jaw. This is the lower jaw, which will help us to talk, which help us to chew the food, which help us to rotate to chew our food. But the upper jaw, this is the upper jaw here present, we can't move it. These are the fixed joint. This upper jaw is fixed with the face skull, you can see here in the X-ray, and the face skull is, or the face bones are fixed with the head bones or the skull bones. These are the immovable joints or the immovable bones. We can't move at all. We can't move them. Okay. These are the joints present here in our body. Thank you for watching my class. After the long time, once again I came here on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe the channel. Please like the video and share with your friends and invite them to our class. Okay. A further class will be conducted very soonly. No, we are not going to give more gaps. Okay. This is the beginning of our academic year from the June. You can get a lot of the knowledge for this, and this is very helpful for the the competitive exams like the FDA, SCDA as well as the CET. You can see the lot of the questions came from my taught lesson before. Recently CET exam for the teachers of CET, lot of the questions came from here also, the front science section. Please subscribe the channel and invite your friends and ask them to join the family. Okay. Thank you very much everyone.